good afternoon, Miss Wajida.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, good. And how are you?
I'm also good.
Good. Mr. Britto.
Sorry?
Mr. Britto.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. How are
Hello,
you,
Mr.
sir?
Uday. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I
Hi,
am good.
sir.
Thank you. How you do? Hi,
Good,
Wajida. Good
good.
afternoon.
Good to see you.
Very nice to see you, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Miss Wajida, you will be moderator or Miss Najma will be the moderator?
I'll be the moderator, sir. Miss Najma Hashmi will set the context. She'll just give a basic introduction, and then I'll be the one who will be leading it.
Okay. I think Mr. Tyagi is yet to join. Hi, Miss Najma. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
good afternoon, sir. We are just waiting for another two speakers to join
Yeah.
and we can start it. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Hi, Najma. Good afternoon.
Hi, sir. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, guys. Hi. Am I audible? Wajida.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Mr. Sunil, very good afternoon. Hi, Mr. Sunil.
Hi, Mr. Uday. Hi.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
Good to see you.
Thank There was some confusion regarding the joining and the emails. So, yeah.
Still on time.
Yeah, of course. Wajida, will you introduce how is the format?
Yeah, sir. So, Wajida, Irfan Shaikh side, Miss Najma Hashmi will set the context. She'll introduce all of us. And from that point onwards, I will take forward. I will just give a little introduction about all the sectors, that is marine, agro, and food processing. And post that, I will be posing a few questions to you. I hope you all have received the document. Out
Yeah.
of that only, I will be asking questions, like around 2 to 3 questions each of the speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and post that once the session, like around, will take 40-45 minutes. Post that, we'll take the question and answers of the entrepreneurs who have joined, especially with respect to MSMEs. What are their doubts? In the comment section, we'll get to know about it.
Yes. Great. I think Mr. Tyagi sir yet to join.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all the aspiring entrepreneurs and exporters who joined us today for the India Exports International Business Week and the second session of this series of webinars. This initiative is basically a pivotal step towards empowering India's small and medium enterprises to capture opportunities in the global markets. This webinar series actually have been curated specifically for the Indian entrepreneurs across key sectors and will be available on the YouTube channels. And they are providing sector-focused knowledge within a short span. And our goal is to equip participants with essential skills and insights to thrive as exporters in their fields. Today, our focus lies on the marine, agro, and food processing sectors that represent the diversity and richness of India's resources and are integral to fulfilling global demand. These sectors present substantial international market potential as Indian marine agriculture and food products are increasingly sought after for their quality and diversity. However, to unlock this potential, Indian MSMEs must overcome unique challenges in the processing standards, quality assurance, and international compliance. This webinar will address these challenges and outline strategies to elevate Indian products to meet global standards and demands. So for the same, we are thrilled to bring together experts, successful exporters, and thought leaders in these fields together who will share practical advices and experiences and insights to guide our entrepreneurs who have joined us today in navigating the complexities and opportunities in marine, agro, and food processing exports. So we encourage you to participate actively and do, and be interactive with the our esteemed panelists. Ask your questions in the chat box and take advantage of the expertise shared by our esteemed panelists today. And now I would like to invite our speakers and moderator to this session under the India Exports International Business Week 2024. I would like to invite our first speaker, Dr. Manoj Sharma, Managing Director, Mayank AquaCulture Private Limited. Welcome, sir. The second speakers, we have Mr. Sunil Chandra Saha, co-founder, Blue Tea. Welcome, sir. Mr. Uday Doiphode, Director, Irasha Private Limited. Welcome, sir. and Mr. Britto Premkumar, Area Sales Manager from UPS. Welcome, sir. And I would like to invite our moderator, Ms. Wajida Shaikh, Head of Department, Research and Development, SDRC International. Thank you for joining us today. And I would like to hand over the session to Ms. Wajida. And we are looking forward to hear all your insights and are very excited for that. Over to you, Wajida ji. You are on mute.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for such a wonderful introduction, Ms. Najma ma'am. I would just also add the speaker, Dr. A.K. Tyagi. He is Haldiram Marketing Private Limited Vice President. Thank you for being on board with us.
I'm so sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that you have joined the session. I'm sorry, sir.
Absolutely. It's
Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wajida ji.
Yeah. So I feel glad today to be as a moderator for this session. Being in India, we know how important agriculture and food sector is. It's the backbone of our economy. One of the backbone is considered as agriculture, and the second backbone is MSMEs. It's wonderful collaboration, what I will say today, where we are discussing about the export opportunities for our MSMEs easing their path in marine, agro, and food processing industries. So during the session, what the entrepreneurs will get is the insights of these successful entrepreneurs who are sitting over here with us today, and they would share their journey, what has been, what they have been throughout this process, what are the positive points. In spite we working very hard and the Indian MSMEs are trying to compete from the international level, it is actually very tough for them to get at the level which is existing out there, to compete with the markets who have already have finest of the technologies, enough of capital, the way they are working. It's actually very tough. So one of the prime motive, or we can say primarily, we are working right now to handhold, mentor, guide these MSMEs and grow in these sectors. Before I speak about the statistics, I would like all of these speakers one by one to please introduce yourself. I would like to begin with Mr. Dr. A.K. Tyagi. So please give your short introduction.
You are on mute. Tyagi sir, you are on
Sir,
mute.
you are on mute. Could you please unmute yourself?
Sorry. Myself, Dr. A.K. Tyagi. I am the Executive Director of Haldiram Snacks Private Limited. I am also Vice President of All India Food Processing Association. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your introduction. Next, Dr. Manoj Sharma, MD, Mayank AquaCulture Private Limited.
Namaste to all. I am a shrimp farmer, an aquaculture expert, and I'm doing shrimp farming from last 28 years in Gujarat. And I have traveled the world over to share my experience and success.
Thank you, sir. Next is Mr. Sunil Chandra Saha, co-founder, Blue Tea.
Hi, hope I am audible. My name is
Yes,
Sunil,
sir.
and I am the founder of Blue Tea. Blue Tea is a herbal tea brand. Currently, it's India's #1 herbal tea in terms of online. Offline, we haven't started. When we started, we got a great response from out of India. I think we were one of the few brands which were actually on brand level could crack Amazon.com and Amazon.co.uk or online selling of the world. So we were one of the few startups which were very heavy into online, and we got great response. Today also we get around 15-20 crores from online platforms out of India. Of course, India is a different business. I would love to share my ideas at how all of you can grow online specifically. How do you leverage digital side of business? And I think that should help all of you to grow out of India even further. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Next is Mr. Uday Doiphode, Director, Irasha Private Limited.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Let me give you a small brief about myself. I am into international business throughout my career since last 26 years. Having worked with different MNCs like Bosch, Mahindras, Larsen & Toubro, I've gained a lot of experience in international business related to tractor industry or agriculture industry as well as automobile industry. I've traveled to almost 42 countries for business development. I've stayed in Africa for more than 5-6 years and roamed around Africa for in many countries. I'm doing this business of agriculture as well as international business development consultancy since last over 8 years. We have our own office in Nepal as well as in India. We are doing agri-commodities, including fresh fruits, vegetables, and couple of commodities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Next is Mr. Britto Premkumar, Area Sales Manager, UPS.
Hi, I am Britto Premkumar, Area Sales Manager from UPS Express. I have 18 years of experience in domestic logistics in India, as well as international freight forwarding and express logistics movement. And I like to look forward to share our experience in terms of, giving you a suggestion on international shippings.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So before I bombard all of you with lots of questions, because people are very excited with respect to the topic, I would just lay down some of the facts with respect to marine, agro, and food processing. India is the third largest fish and aquacultural producer globally. We need to know that we have one of the finest coastline with 8,180 kilometers. We have an exclusive economic zone of 2 million square kilometers. We need to know that Andhra Pradesh leads in all these 8 major fish producing states in India. And when it comes to which are the varieties of fishes and aqua products which are being sold and exported, it is the frozen shrimp which tops the category. We also need to know that USA remain India's largest seafood importer in this FY 2024-25. While we discuss the various different types of schemes, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana has played a very dominant role where they are trying their level best to increase the aquacultural growth and production even at the exporting level. The blue transformation is also one of the key development which was made by the FAOs for a better managed fisheries, or we can say to have a sustainable growth. When it comes to food processing, we all know that it's a sunrise sector. It is a sector where there's a huge demand, it requires a hefty supply, and there's none of the countries in the world which definitely produces themselves an ample amount of food. Import, export, this is what you can say a continuous process which is going on in this sector. We need to understand that the market is projected of around $535 billion by 2025. Major export destinations including the USA, Bangladesh, and UAE. The processed food exports now constitute 25.6% of agri exports. If we see the export performance from 2024 to 25 in April and May, marine products topped the list, followed by rice, spices, buffalo meat, sugar, and lot more. Today, over here, we just wish to understand how in these sectors our Indian MSMEs can grow, what are the aspects they can deal with, how they can deal with the challenges, what are the best practices which they can use. So I would like to first begin with Mr. Tyagi. My first question to you is, please share the insights on the current state of India's agro, food processing, and marine with respect to it's about the food processing, exporting sectors. What key trends are influencing these industries today?
Good afternoon to everybody. At Haldiram, we are exporting currently in near 80 countries, and we are also present in across all the channels. Either it is a modern trade, or it is a e-commerce, or it is a cash and carry. And we are exporting traditional snacks, sweets, ready-to-eat food, and frozen. If you take the export market, definitely it is a sunrise market for food product also. But at the same time, it is a very competitive market. Hence, you have to maintain the quality, food safety, and keep your price at an affordable price. Then you can definitely get a better growth in export market. our 10% will come from the export. So our total market, whatever we have the total market to pan India and export, so our 10 to 12% will come from the export and 50% come from the USA. And second number will come from the Europe. As we come to the challenges, so definitely there is challenge of the freight. The freight cost has been increased in the last 2-3 years, 30 to 35%. However, it reduced further by 10%, but still it is higher than the 25% due to this red attack by Israel, etc., because they have changed the path. So main challenge is coming for the freight. That is why our margin has reduced significantly.
You're on mute.
Wajida, you're on mute.
I just wish to inform the other speakers as well that due to the paucity of time of AK Tyagi, Surji, so I would like to just pose one more question to him because he wished to leave by 3:30. So the next question which I want to ask you is, which global market offer the most promising opportunities for India's food processing exports?
The USA is #1 market, as I already told you there. 50% of our total export will come from the USA. Because for our product, just like the traditional snack and frozen food, in the frozen food we are making all type of the food, all type of the curry, just like a palak paneer, just like a chole, rice, combo, many products. In the frozen food we are making, I think, near to more than 100 products. And all are accepted by the USA market very well because the frozen technology is the new technology by which you can eat food just like a home food because it will not affect any taste of the product and life of 1 year. So definitely most prominent market is USA and our frozen food and other food just like a traditional snack or sweet are well accepted by the USA market and definitely we are in the leader in this category. The second will come from the Europe market. And if we specify the country in the Europe market, so that is mainly London, United States. That is the
Okay.
UK market will come to the second number and third will come for the Middle East.
Okay, sir. But don't you think entering into the US market for our Indian MSMEs who are still facing teething issues will be a greater challenge? So, what do you think while they enter into the US market? What challenge, what will be the, like you can say, top 2 or top 3 challenges which they will face?
Definitely, first challenge is the food safety.
Correct.
Because they are very strict on the food safety. If I take the example of the peanut, so there are alpha toxin limited, I think 4 BBP. However, in the Europe, it is 10 to 12. So they are very strict to the food safety. Hence,
Okay.
your unit should be approved by FDA USA and you have to follow the law of the USA. So it is a difficult market, but at the time it is a very big market. Hence, you have to design your product in such a way so that it will follow all the norms of the food safety, all the norms of the quality. As soon as you achieve the food safety as per USA market and as per also quality, then there is no barrier for the USA market. And we got the opportunity to, at present, we are following the same standard for India and same standard for the USA. Because we have adopted in our habit. And if you do in scientifically, so it is not difficult to achieve. Hence,
Correct, sir.
you have to procure the raw material, best quality. You have to make your process more automatic so that there will be minimum human interference. And as soon as you achieve the food safety quality for the export market, then definitely it is a sunrise market.
Exactly. So it's like the way people are getting more and more conscious today. So it's all about the quality which is making you win the game. That is all what we can draw from your inferences. So thank you very much, sir, for being over here today with us, sharing your insights. I hope जो आज entrepreneurs हमारे साथ join हुए हैं उन्हें काफी सीख मिली होगी. So next, I would like to ask to Dr. Manoj Sharma. As we know, he is the first person in the country to advocate low stock module for El Vename, And now, based on its modular farming, Vename, the Tiger Way is the most successful concept not only in India but the farming countries. It's actually very great when we see innovations in marine and aquacultural field. So, my very first question to you is, what key opportunities do you see in the shrimp and broader aquaculture export markets?
No, as you already mentioned about our resources in your opening statement. See,
Correct.
we are number one in the shrimp
Mhm.
farming and also exports. We are,
Mhm.
as you said, we are number three in fish farming and fisheries product. But to everybody's surprise, when we think about opportunities, this all what we have achieved, number one, number two, number three position, is only by utilizing 7 to 10% of our resources. Again, I am repeating,
Correct.
7 to 10% of our resources. If we just double, even we exploit our 20% resources, we will be the biggest food supplier to the world, especially marine. And opportunities are huge, as Tyagi said right now, whether it's talking about food and food processing, the biggest market is US. But Wajida, what I think, we have almost nearing 200 countries, and top countries where India seafood is going is 129. But unfortunately, we are only focusing upon two nations, that is 70% is US and 20% is China and 10% rest of the world. If we divert our focus on a proper story build up or a good line to market our seafood, I think if we even explore 20, 30 extra countries, I think we can just double our exports. So whatever the target Indian government has given, right now we are somewhere about 60,000 crore, 8 billion. And by 2030, we have a target to reach 18 billion. And by 2047 is almost 80 billion target. If new markets and consumption will increase, that only will drive the exports. That is what I think. And the global consumption has to be increased, and we need to market our story very cleverly on the lines of food safety and sustainability.
Correct, sir. Thank you. One thing which has brought to my attention, as you said, we are utilizing only 7 to 8% of resources, and actually, it's very shocking because if we can go a bit ahead, move a little ahead, we can achieve more. So, what do you think is the prime reason contributing that we are restricting ourselves only to 7-8%? What is lagging behind? What is the core reason?
Because it's a coincidence or whatever you say, the commercial or the scientific shrimp farming has started in 1988 after the two commercial hatcheries from Government of India, Taspark and Ospark. And that year was only my graduation day of fisheries. So the shrimp farming development in India and my growth is at par, at the same age. What honestly I have seen, the way the industry has developed, it's a kind of an agriculture. People have seen, especially Andhra people, they are the highly enterprising. I'm in Gujarat, which is almost you can say 95% is vegetarian. To start shrimp farming itself was a very big challenge in Gujarat. But all said and done, now today, thanks to the government, that is the first time Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada has been launched, because the immense football, now India, the strength to become. See, the slogan from local to the global has started from the state of Gujarat, when our present Prime Minister was the Chief Minister that time. So everything has highlighted, especially the foreign currency, that the export and foreign currency. So today, I would say that what really lacking is that we don't have a uniform national level land allotment or resource policy. We talk about that as you said, we have 8,200-kilometer coastline. We have so much continental shelf, EEZ, even 1.2 million hectares, 2 lakh kilometers of river, whatever it is. But we don't have a policy in place to make these resources available to our entrepreneurs. If that happens, I think this government is very keen, focused on doing that. If that happens, a uniform land and open water resource policy in India, I think with a blink of an eye, I think 30-40% development can be taken place. Because you have a good plan, you have a good material, but you don't have a plot. So your dream house cannot be constructed. So today, science is there, everything is there. Today, the modern aquaculture science is so high that wherever there is water and land, shrimps and fishes can be grown. But you have to make the resources available to the entrepreneur, and that is the biggest bottleneck I see.
Correct. So what we can say is India is blessed with natural resources and we have good figures, but it's all about the implementation which is lacked, and it's about how to utilize those effectively. We see in foreign countries those who have very limited natural resources, but the way the efficiency they have is making them run in a greater and a bigger race. That's what we can conclude. So now it's turn of Mr. Sunil Chandra Saha, a herbal tea brand which he's running and has also been featured in Shark Tank India. So my question to you is, what strategies did you plan to handle the competition from other major exporters? And what will you suggest that if any of the entrepreneurs wish to enter into the same field, how they should prepare themselves against the major bottlenecks and the challenges?
See, one that I don't come from a business family. तो क्या था कि
Hmm.
when I did my MBA, I did my MBA from Pune, so we have some connections here. So when I passed out, I started working with couple of corporates, and we come from that corporate kind of mindset and background, जहाँ पे जॉब करते हैं, काम करते हैं, अपना समझते हैं कि काम कैसे होता है, कितने अच्छे से हो सकता है. So we did not have any background of business. So we took it very, we took it very simply that I need to get into a zone where it is done very professionally, not with a mindset where it is, the mindset has to be about how do we win a foreign market, and actually we need to beat their brands because exporters from here were still struggling. It is not that lot of Indian brands have gone. There are a lot of Indian products which are available outside India. However, Indian brands are still not very powerful. You see India, which are the brands which are available in India? You see whether it is Mondelez, Dairy Milk, they are from out. Nestle, you talk about Coca-Cola, you talk about all the brands, consumer brands, which are, whether it is Nestle or there are hundreds of brands which are coming from this FMCG segment, which are Kellogg's, which is basically corn. So that also is coming from that segment, that they have been able to brand it. Okay, when earlier there were TV, so there were only big corporates could brand it. Now there is digital, so now there is a power of either it is e-commerce or either it is Instagram or Facebook, so or Google. So what we could leverage in when we started business in 2018-19, we went to US, Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk before COVID. And when COVID hit, people started reading about themselves. We were so surprised. The number one brand in US was called as Pakka. And there
Hmm.
when it says that Sanskrit of Pakka means trust. However, they are a US company. They talk about a brand building, a storytelling, which goes to an ancient language called Sanskrit. And they say that we bring our herbs from a place called Rishikesh, which is far off. Okay, and people believe that story, and they made US people made that brand, and UK people and Europe also made that brand world, India, at least US number one brand. You talk about another example, which is called Darjeeling. Darjeeling tea was so popular in Europe, made by almost UK people actually marketed it. That there was a place called Darjeeling up in the hills. We made a train and we went there, fought all the people, planted all the seeds, got the tea. Now we are selling the seeds. Now we are selling the tea to the world. So that's a story which sells. And we understood that, and we took our own Indian Ayurvedic tea that we called blue tea. We made teas out of flower. We made flower infusion. People all over the world actually trust Indian herbs. They trust blindly. They know that it's a land of Ayurveda. They know yoga is getting popular. Almost 65 million people across the world actually practice yoga. So there is a lot of connection between yoga and Ayurveda. People have started reading about it, and there is a power. We made a story which was strong enough, and somehow then a lot of consumers connected to that, and we started building an online story. We did all the digital marketing right. Of course, as I said, because I did all my job, and so this was a corporate kind of growth. So we could actually do things which was needed for a modern marketing method. without much money. We have a marketing spend for a brand which is 50 crore brand and roughly maybe 200 crore valuation, something like that. And for that sort of smaller brand to go in US, made a name for itself and list itself in top 10 brands on Amazon.com. If you go there and type herbal tea on Amazon.com, you will see top brands where you will see Blue Tea India. We also carried the name of India with our brand name. So what happened was that also is an additional pressure, because if we do bad, people will say India say that is like, it's not going to be that. But we wanted to brand it so well that people should be proud about that. Okay, this brand looks really brand new. The branding is on time, on spot, and it was absolutely competing to the brands of US, China, or America. So that's how we started building our brand, and somehow we succeeded. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Actually, I have spoken on point and the actuality of the state. Now, I would like to come to Mr. Uday, as he has been into the business professionals for past 25 years. With respect to expertise of your field, I would like to ask you, how can Indian companies leverage unique factors like organic certification, quality standards, or cost advantage to differentiate themselves internationally?
Hi everyone. The question is good, but let me just start with my comments or my things from the earlier speakers, like Mr. Tyagi have mentioned about quality and other aspects, which are very important aspects. He was discussing about the US and Europe market and UK market and other things. But there are many more markets are coming up, like Africa, Middle East, and other developing nations who are also coming up and importing agriculture processed foods as well as these fresh fruits and everything from India. And having a good quality, standard quality is definitely necessary to make the goods export worthy. For MSMEs, thinking from the broader perspective is actually a little bit difficult. Right now, MSMEs are struggling to get funds, struggling to increase their production, maintaining quality and developing a brand is the next step. First, basic needs are there, which government are supporting for these things to set up an assembly plant or production plant and all these things. That information is also necessary to know by MSMEs. These things are important so that they will grow, they will start their own production facilities and other things. Right now, just where to sell and what to sell, quality is always important. Having organic certification and all these certifications are definitely needed. It will come when they grow here in India first, like in terms of production, in terms of increasing their productivity. Another aspect in this, most of the MSMEs do not even know the export procedures, export policies, what government is supporting to promote export. They do not have any idea on all these things. Those knowledge and everything, of course, SME forum is always giving this knowledge and everything to them, but it's not reaching to all the MSME people. They should know everything, what benefit they can get it from government, what benefit they can get it after doing exports. Doing this organic certification, they will definitely get a more market share in European market, US market, or the first world countries. They definitely need this certification. In technology point of view, if anyone start blockchain technology to give the information to the world from where they are procuring, from where, which farm they are doing it, everything is necessary. Blockchain technology can also be used even in fresh fruits, not only in processed foods. These technologies doing digitalization of their business. Many of these MSMEs do not even have their website. The foreign buyer who is sitting there do not know a small company, micro, small, or medium-sized enterprise. Of course, they do know like Nestle, companies like Nestle or Haldiram and all these things. But MSMEs, they do not know. How they will know? First, MSME should have their own website. They should put their products, what are their USP, products USPs, how they want to develop. They need to capture the good buyers, good companies. Or another way you can say that developing a channel. Talking to each and every individual buyer may be difficult for everyone, but developing a channel in this region will add value to export these products and all these things. Yeah.
Fine, sir. So that's what it is expected that the MSMEs should work or draw in that line. Now I would like to ask Mr. Britto Premkumar. My question to you is, how is e-commerce transporting the way, whether it's marine, agro, food processing products, and how are they marketed and sold globally?
Yeah, thanks, Najia, for this opportunity. Sorry, Vadia, for this opportunity. Thanks to SME Forum and fellow panelists for this opportunity. With regards to e-commerce shipping, if you look at internationally, e-commerce shipping is already well established. Like one of our panelists, Sunil Chandra, was sharing his success stories in the e-commerce shipping internationally. If you look at any product that has to be shipped and sold in e-commerce, as long as the MSME have their product, or a right product at a right cost and at right time, if they are able to produce, internationally established company like the company that I'm working for, UPS, can help them reach their product at right time, at right cost, and a right place. So e-commerce company which are established in like major market like Mr. Tyagi and Mr. Manoj and Mr. Uday also talked about, the US is a major market for any product. So the US is also a well established integrated shipping locations what they have. So it is very important for any company or any MSME to have their product, right product in their place. So there are company already established in India to help them to move their product to US or Europe and guide them with regards to all the international shipping document or international compliance requirement that they have to follow to ensure their products are delivered at the right place. And already established technologies also is there. So as Mr. Sunil also said, Amazon have already established office in India. And likewise, the other e-commerce companies in the world have their established office in India. So there are already established operation in terms of e-commerce worldwide. It is a matter of time for those MSMEs to develop their product to a level of international standards and then reach out to these established players and take help of them to reach the market which is internationally available.
Correct, sir. So, if I build on further, what do you think? Are there any digital tools or platforms that have been proven particularly effective for MSMEs in reaching the international buyers or optimizing the operations?
Yeah, definitely. So if you look at in terms of international shipping, already everything is digitalized. So, right from booking a shipment in a platform, in a shipping company platform. So there are already well-established international shipping tools are available for any kind of, MSMEs in place. If an MSME is very small in stage, they will be able to move their shipments through a booking through online, like UPS going to ups.com, they will be able to ship it, very, very easy way, as well as those who have a regular high volume shipments. So they also have well established customized system for them to use, like shipping platform like API can help them, by integrating their system with the e-commerce players as well as the shipping companies. So they will be able to make use of this kind of a API technology to ship and more efficiently, as well as there are a lot of established paperless process also in place to reduce their paperwork or manual work, and as well their manual hours that is involved in terms of shipping. So well established technologies like API integrated shipping can be used to reduce their cost as well as be more efficient in their shipping.
Correct, sir. So, what I'll do is I'll get back to Dr. Manoj Sharma. My next question to you is, as we know that PM Matsya Sampada Yojana aims to boost India's fish production to 22 MT. by 24-25. So, in what ways can MSMEs in shrimp farming and aquaculture tap into this growth target to enhance their exports?
As I said, this is a very, very important and the first large scheme to promote this sector. But in my previous statement also, I said you have schemes, you have resources, but that has to bring to the doors of the entrepreneurs. The resources can be done. If the resources are allotted, there is a 20,050 crore scheme is there. There is a lot of other aquaculture infrastructure development schemes are there. And aquaculture, you have to understand it's a 4-tier business, like farm, then you have hatcheries, you have healthcare, you have feed millers, and then finally comes the exporters. So Wajida, everybody has to understand, even this SME sector, a lot of people, they approach me, Dr. Saab, you are a successful farmer, we also wants to start it. So here people needs to understand, you can start a farm with 20 lakh rupees, 1 hectare, 2 hectare. But to get into hatchery, you need to come at least a 20 crore project. Then get into a feed mill and healthcare products, you need to at least have a 500 crore budget. And then when you are coming to an export level, marine export, that requires even a 1 container will cost you 1.5 crore. And doing 20 containers, 30 containers, you need a cap of like 1,000 crore rupees in your bounty. And schemes are there. Subvention of 2% or 3% or 7%, giving some 1 lakh subsidy or giving a 1 crore subsidy is not going to drive shrimp exports to the world level, what we are thinking. But still, what I am expecting, honestly, even I'm on various forums in the government. So I say that government should work on resources, allotment policy, rules, regulation, guidelines. But government only cannot drive the business. आपको थाली में कोई खाना लाके देगा नहीं कि भैया आप खाओ.
Correct.
आपको भी उसके एफर्ट डालना पड़ेगा. तो सरकार से हम ये उम्मीद रख सकते हैं कि सरकार क्या पॉलिसी के अंदर हमको एक रिलैक्सेशन देगा या क्या पॉजिटिव फ्रेमवर्क लेके आएगा. बट इट इज द एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हु नीड टू डिसाइड एज पर देयर पॉकेट, द डेप्थ ऑफ द पॉकेट, व्हाट सेगमेंट दे वांट टू कम इनटू. That's where you see we have 50-60,000 farmers in shrimp, because I'm a shrimp farmer, so I know much about shrimps. But you talk about processors, we have 1,400 registered processors. But functionally, if you see, those who are doing good are 350 or 400. But if you see the feed millers, we have 30-35. Hatchery, we have 500 hatcheries. So anybody who is listening to me, my talk through SME, I think what suits to them and what is area specific, that has to be taken up. So I think Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada is for all. For example, I'm saying you, there is a wonderful scheme for women. For example, ornamental fisheries. वो सुनने में बहुत छोटा लगता है कि एक्वेरियम का बिजनेस, बट इंडिया हैज 756 district headquarters. Imagine now pet keeping fish, adopting a pet has become so fashionable. बहुत से लोग समझते हैं कि भाई फिश कीपिंग एक हॉबी है, ये कितना बड़ा बिजनेस हो सकता है. It can be 70-80,000 crore business. When we talk about a domestic market, we are only talking about exports. I'm telling you, we are the largest populous country in the world. We have just surpassed China by 20 million. So Wajida, our population is 75% non-vegetarian. We today talk about 1 million ton exports of shrimp, which is 70%, as you said in your opening statement, shrimp holds the larger share in shrimp exports. आज अगर से 8 बिलियन का एक्सपोर्ट श्रिम्प्स का इंडिया से हो रहा है तो 70% श्रिम्प है. लेकिन मैं उसको अदर अपॉर्चुनिटी बोलता हूँ एसएमई वालों को कि इंडिया में 75, I think Mr. Shah is also listening, maybe with blue tea he can start shrimp also packeting in the India Amazon platform. Even I am telling you, 100 gram shrimp, दिवाली, दशहरा, ईद या किसी भी लेवल पे अगर से 100 ग्राम भी श्रिम्प हमारा 80 करोड़ लोग खाते हैं तो भैया दूसरा 8 लाख टन तो हमारे देश में चाहिए. तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी इट इज. See, whether it's global or local, India is the best. Today already we have secured so much huge market. So Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana should really focus on, because हम सब छोटे हैं. 1 hectare of a barren land, salt affected land, which is not fit for agriculture, can be utilized for shrimp farming. And we have 1.2 million hectare. 1 hectare किसी भी एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड से ज्यादा लेबर मैंडेट्स प्रोवाइड करता है एक्वाकल्चर में. तो तुम 10 लोगों को डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली एक लाइवलीहुड एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे रहे हो, वो भी एक बंजर जमीन सॉल्ट अफेक्टेड को डेवलप करके. सो देयर इज अ ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी थ्रू प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना. एंड फर्दर इट हैज बीन अगेन एड ऑन उसके अंदर जो पॉलिसी हुई है किसान सहाय योजना, देयर इज अनदर 10,000 crore rupees. So I think opportunity is immense, unbelievable.
Correct. So my next question is to Mr. Sunil Chandra. Sir, I would like to ask you what are the best practices you would recommend for MSMEs to build a stronger long-term relationship with the global buyers? As we all know, whatever business we do, at the end of the day, we have to cater to the consumers. We need such buyers who would have our trust, who would just come back again to us. So what do you think the best practices for the MSMEs should be?
Actually, we have taken a different route in terms in this regard. What we have done is we have not gone to the buyer, we have gone to the actual end consumer first. Okay, we have built the brand there. Okay, so that the pull is not about the product but also about the brand. So what happens is over a period of time, if you keep doing the things, people will ask for your brand. So there may be some other brand which will try and come in later, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, and people will keep coming. The brands will keep coming. But the point is, if your storytelling is on point, consumers are with you. Today, we cater to somewhere around 13 lakh consumers across 12 countries. And now what happens is when 12 lakh consumers ask for your brand, the communication becomes easier to the buyer. There are countries where we are not selling online, but there are countries the buyers come to us and they sell because this product is selling very well in US. We want to sell this in China or in Hong Kong or in Singapore or let's say in GCC countries. So that becomes, so we have taken somewhere different route, which is going to the end consumer, probably away. If you remember, it was one of my favorite case studies of college when Intel started marketing. You know, I went to first time when I first saw laptop and I was so excited that, okay, after in MBA, I need to use a laptop. Of course, the use was mostly for movie and all the videos. However, when I was buying, my buying factor was whether there is Intel or not. However, I did not even know what Intel does. I only knew the ads that Intel inside means computer. Okay, so that was the kind of marketing which, and Intel is not even directly selling to me. Intel is actually selling to Dell. So similarly, we were selling to Amazon and Amazon is selling to the world, but we created a brand online so strong that people start asking our brand. When we started Blue Tea as a search, when we launched our website, we coined the term Blue Tea across the world. Okay, when we launched, we were number one on Google. There was no SEO done still. Why? We were only one which was there on Google. I mean, akele dode and we became first. So, but point is when we started creating today, it has become almost 17% of total search of green tea is now blue tea. So that's the kind of marketing which we have done over a period of time when we make consumers, and then the communication becomes easier. And of course, you need to be loyal, as you said, to your in terms of strategy. So storytelling needs to be on point, consistent. The quality needs to be, and let's say a product or a brand has 2 lakh reviews. How will you negate that brand? You know, how will
Exactly.
so consumers are already talking about you. So consumers are talking good about you. You have 91% of your reviews are 4-star plus. People start believing in the brand. Okay, this, I mean, so many reviews cannot be wrong. So that's how you build the brand, and that's how we build relationship with all our and we are inviting all the sellers across the world who can we are still a young brand. We want to go a long way across the world, and we have the vision that probably we can be world #1 herbal tea brand, and for that we need to reach more countries, as simple as that, and we would love to have buyers from across the world here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Definitely, that's what whenever we have branding sessions, we say the focus should be on building brands and not the number of factories or the industries and this and that. So, first of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you all. These were the questions which I have written with respect to the entrepreneurs, what would be the requirements. We have opened up the comment section as well for the questions. Let's see what sort of questions are coming up. I just see what are the opportunities. Miss Parthiban Krishna is saying MSN, it's about women and marine sector. How would what are the opportunities for startups in marine sector? And are there any facilities or subsidies which are being provided for women? So if Mr. Manoj Sharma could answer this.
Yeah, I said, there, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, if you really go and study, I think the biggest encouragement is to the women entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
Up to 50% scheme is there. Anything if they pick up, for example, I said aquarium fishes, ornamental, which is actually ornamental fishes, or pearl culture, or seaweed. There are many pick up as per their suitability, because if some woman is in inland area or hinterland, she can pick up freshwater, pearl, whatever she want. And the easy way is to go and first apply to the district fisheries officer of that particular district, and the district fisheries officer will explain all the schemes. She has to just enroll, and there she go. It's as simple as it is. Everything is online, everything is on digital platform. She can just apply her form, and she has to say that what interest she has. And the National Fisheries Development Board is there for that. I think today 50% scheme is for that, and that there is also for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, there is a huge scheme even up to 80% subsidies. I think the best would be for them to go and knock the doors of their fisheries development officer, respected district, and there she goes. Everything is on a single window operation.
Okay, great. Another thing is how to search genuine buyers. Now, these are some type of questions. It's like how will you know the raw material which are provided is original, or we can rely on them. So it's like how to search the genuine buyers is also one aspect. So if any one of you could go forward and answer this.
I think searching for, before, it's not a really a B2C question, but it is a B2B question. But we are there on Alibaba, we are there on global platforms as B2B seller as well. Again, the same thing comes. See, there are people who don't know you, and you also don't know the people. How will you trust? And again, I go back to the same things, a digital storytelling, a actual presence of your brand there in right form and shape is very important. Having reviews from your existing customer is very important. Having probably, your all the partners like UPS is there, maybe FedEx is there, other. So you can actually mention that which are the partners you have already worked with, how many shipments you have. So the kind of experience you can share. So all the people who are searching for right kind of partner, they also should actually do this breadcrumb theory of our childhood, that more the breadcrumbs your dog will, even if it is lost, it will try and find you. More, you just have to spread the breadcrumbs long enough, far enough, and your dog will come. And of course, not in literal terms, the customer is not a dog, but point is the finding your customer will actually be helpful if your digital presence is on spot and your storytelling is right, and probably help of reviews.
Correct, absolutely correct. Next is there's a question about how to start in millet food processing industry. So as we know that we are more moving towards the health conscious world and now gluten-free products and all this. So millet is somewhere which is rising a lot. So if Mr. Manoj Sharma or Britto Premkumar, sir, anyone would like to go ahead.
Processing industry, I think Mr. Manoj Sharma has got good knowledge.
Because there is
government
also
schemes.
there is already a question for someone asking how to start a shrimp culture. I think these days Google is your biggest thing. Just type how to start a shrimp farming. If somebody wants to know my success story and how I did it, see, I have shared my each and every story on social media. If somebody wants to know about shrimp farming, just type Dr. Manoj Sharma shrimp farming. A lot of orientation videos, how to start up is there. And as far as somebody asked about millet, I think the same way they can approach Indian Council of Agriculture Research or Millet Institute of India. I think this government this year, last year was, I think if I'm not wrong, last year was 23 was a millet year. I think any Krushi Vigyan Kendra, nearest Krushi Vigyan Kendra, they can go and knock the door. I think everybody is pro for millet these days. I think the biggest...
Yeah.
For shrimp farming, they can go to the district fisheries officer, And for millet, they can go to nearest Krishi Vigyan Kendra, and
Yes.
thing will be guided to them.
There is a subsidy of 50 to 70% from Ministry of Food Processing, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, millet is on a priority. No, millet is.
Yes, yes.
Wajida, I have a little bit to add. I mean, I'm not a millet person, but there's something which, see, the question was that how do we start this? So I'm assuming that somebody is wanting to start. So Google is, of course, the best friend, and probably the government agencies are there to help. I would also like people to think whether it is any food processing, millet is there, makhana is already coming in big time. You know, we as Indians have always been very pro to our core ingredient. Okay, we have always been very pro. However, the Western side always look at the benefit, not the core ingredient. Okay, like makhana has, let's say, 9% protein. Okay. West markets that it's a product with 9% protein and doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it's a snack which has 9% protein. Millet has 7 to 9% protein again, and doesn't matter what it is. So the marketing is very different that side. So when you start now, also look at do the research on in terms of product, do the lab testing, and see whether your product has a little bit higher. Find out the best millet factories of India or best millet producing states of India where you get a little bit higher protein content. Try and project that. Don't just sell a product. Try and make a product unique enough for a global market. I think Mr. Manoj Sharma, Uday sir already said this, that you need to approach that market in the right form. You are competing with global markets. You are already competing with players which are already successful there. And you are a new entrant. So you are the challenger. You are actually, it's a David versus Goliath system here. You need to beat the bigger game. And how do you beat that? By telling a right story. And India is an amazing story. You have to just tell that we are from land of India, find the best of millets, find the highest quality protein. Curcuma is the best example. Haldi they are selling world. I mean, curcuma, and they're selling as anti-cancer drug for 9% curcumin, which is available across India at 7 to 8%. Meghalaya only produces at 9%, and they have taken from Meghalaya and just tell that it's the highest curcumin of the world, and people buy that. So I think approach when you're starting a little bit about scientific side of it, that how do we approach this game? We need to win this, not just be a player there.
Correct, sir. Absolutely correct. Just having these conversations and the questions. Sunil, just one more question which has just popped up in my mind is, as we have seen, e-commerce is rising and the demand for agriculture product is rising. But how this e-commerce and agricultural products in future may mold the dynamics? What are your perspectives and views about it?
I think I was, and I'm sure everyone is using Blinkit or Zepto or Instagram.
Correct.
Right? Everybody is using, at least here in this platform, because we are from the city. You know, once you get used to 10-minute delivery, once you order, the kind of convenience it provides, there is no going back for India, for sure. India, at least. See, US is still very behind, by the way, for your information. US on Europe is way behind in 10-minute delivery. They cannot even deliver in one day. Forget about 10 minutes. They cannot deliver in same-day delivery. So India is far ahead in that game. But imagine, because once India has cracked it, US will also crack it. Okay. Now the idea is, how do we crack this game? And if you see Blinkit, you just go there. Which are the kind of products which are there? Those are basically need-based product, not discovery-based product. Amazon is mostly for a discovery-based platform where you actually search. If you see the mobile which you are buying or the headphone, the white headphone which you are wearing, you will search for best headphone under 3,000 rupees. That's your search.
Correct.
So Amazon will tell you that, boss, you should know the brand name at least. Tell me what do you want. It's like telling ki I want happiness. You find it up, and Amazon suggests you that best headphone in 3,000 in ranking order. That's the power of e-commerce, and that is happened because the seller is smart enough to know that you are going to search this. So the growth of e-commerce will happen. Now, I was telling you about millet and the jowar, or any sort of thing which you are looking at. People are how they're searching. They're not searching millet. They're not searching breakfast. They are searching best protein breakfast I can have. And that's something, this keyword you need to crack. Best protein snack which I have. Amazon is actually suggesting you, or e-commerce platforms have started suggesting you. Makhana has become, Makhana, how are they selling Makhana on what keyword? Healthiest chakna for daru. So that's how they are selling. So, and you need to crack this keyword. So the seller or brand needs to understand this. Okay, these are the things people are searching. They don't even know what is spiced makhana. They don't even know, okay, millet, how to prepare that or any. So I think that's where the world is not going back to, brick and mortar, because it's impossible now. Once you have the convenience cracked, we are a lazy generation. We will not go out. We will try and do everything on a click of a button. Okay, I mean, in case somebody doesn't know, we actually make fun of it. You don't even know this. You can't order this, and whether it is service or product, we are getting to that point. So e-commerce will be the future. See, percentage of e-commerce is still 10, 12, 15% right now. Probably it will move globally. I'm talking about US, it is still higher at 25, 30%. And you see the sales. I mean, you might have seen the reports that 2 lakh shops have closed in India because of because of Swiggy, Instamart, and that's going to be the case if we don't actually move into a cycle that how do we reach consumers better. Okay, and it's a market of winner takes all. Whether we have YouTube, whether we have Google, whether we have any company, they have always wanted winner takes all. And I think Indians need to get into that mentality what US had.
Wajida, I will just add
Correct.
one line to what Suresh has explained so nicely. See, I'm just because I'm into this business and I'm struggling from last 7 years to create a domestic brand and market. I think e-commerce itself has its own limitation, because India still, there is a huge debate goes on. Even the hardcore fish eaters still confused between fresh and the frozen. Which is bad, fresh or frozen? जो माल आपके मार्केट में सवेरे से शाम तक ओपन में सड़ रहा है, उसको आज भी हम फ्रेश मानते हैं. और जो farm say within 1 hour, which has gone into a quality processing house and is been frozen and kept in a very good condition with all food safety, is considered to be frozen. तो ये जो अवेयरनेस है, अवेलेबिलिटी है, अफोर्डेबिलिटी है, उसी के बाद एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी आएगी. सो दैट्स व्हाट एवरीवन शुड वर्क ऑन 4 A's. अवेयरनेस तो बहुत जरूरी है. आज भी हमारे देश में 160 लाख टन फिश खाई जाती है और 1.5 लाख टन भी झींगा नहीं बिक सकता है बिकॉज लोगों में अवेयरनेस नहीं है. तो ये सबसे बड़ी बात है. ई कॉमर्स एज ही हिमसेल्फ सेड कि 10 से 15% मार्केट अभी तक डेवलप हुआ हो, लेकिन हमारे पूरे पॉपुलेशन को 150 करोड़ को, जो हमारे देश में ऑलरेडी 47% पॉपुलेशन इज प्रोटीन डिफिशिएंट. ही इज सेइंग ए वेरी राइट वर्ड. ओनली ही सेइंग कि भाई यूरोप में जाओ, तुम वेस्टर्न में जाओ तो वो प्रोटीन देख के गेम करते हैं. इंडिया में हम सिर्फ टेस्ट देखते हैं, पैलेट देखते हैं, इसलिए हम प्रोटीन डिफिशिएंट है. सो दैट विल टेक टाइम, बट इफ यू वर्क ऑन दिस 4 A's, अवेयरनेस, अवेलेबिलिटी, अफोर्डेबिलिटी. आज हम प्रोटीन की अवेलेबिलिटी देखो तो सबसे सस्ता अंडा है. 5 रुपए का अंडा है, 50 रुपए में 10 लोग खा सकते हैं. लेकिन वही मच्छी आप देखे जाओ तो 150 रुपए से लेकर 1,500 रुपए तक की किलो है. So that awareness has to be brought. And as he said, we have to use the platform of e-commerce so correctly. He said very good point कि बस 10 मिनट की आदत हो गई है लोगों को. तुम्हारा आदमी घर से कपड़े पहन के स्कूटर निकाल के जाए जब तक तो वो चीज आपके सामने आ रही है. So time next 10-12 years will be very crucial on e-commerce, especially for, and we have to see that how this highly perishable, already vegetables या fruit supply करने के लिए e-commerce में नाक में दम आ गया है. So how they will adopt to fisheries, aquaculture and marine, it itself is a big challenge and we have to see. But huge potential on this line, even for job creation.
Correct, absolutely correct, sir. So, if I wish to summarize whatever we have done today, I can consider this as a very interesting and a vibrant conversation where we understand what are the potential challenges existing in different markets. How are Indian MSMEs, although there is a restriction and constraint in terms of size and scale, they can flourish more. They can opt to various availability of the schemes which are existing. They can explore different markets. They can gain certification. It's like the sky is the limit. It's all about if you have awareness, if you have those required skills, you can be one of the finest companies and be a brand. So here we come to an end. Now I would like to ask, thank you first of all of you for being a part of today's session. Now I would like to ask Najma ma'am to continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all our esteemed speakers, for the actually very, valuable insights and this amazing session. And also, I would like to thank all the people who joined for this session on the export opportunities available sectors under the India Exports International Business Week 2024. We hope that the knowledge shared by our exports experts empowers you to tap into the global markets with the confidence and with more growth. India Exports basically is a program initiative committed to supporting the future of Indian MSMEs who are going to enter into the exports, or they have already in the exports and they want to scale up their exports growth. So through offering targeted knowledge, practical tools and guidance across various sectors. As this series will continue during this week and also next week, we encourage you to please join and stay engaged and encourage other entrepreneurs in your network to join in this sectoral webinars during this week. So for more information about each of the webinars, and if you want to register, you can visit our website and register at IndiaXports.com. Also, all these sessions will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, the India SME Forum, and any sort of information, additional resources will be accessible on our indiasmeforum.org website. Any sort of questions, queries that you may have regarding this specific initiative, India Exports, you may please send a mail to us on itd@indiasmeforum.org. With that, thank you again, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. All
Thank you.
panelists, respected
Thank
panelists.
you.
Nice
Thank you,
meeting you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.